I'm good. Hey, Norella. Hey, hey, hey. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Linda Israel. I'm so glad to have you here during my live stream. It is 3:45 p.m. Central Standard Time in Yukon, Oklahoma, United States. And I'm so glad to have you here. If this is your first time here, definitely speak up in the chat. Love to know that you are here. When you are here, you do earn junk bucks. Junk bucks is a virtual currency, and you earn that just by being here. You can also earn additional junk bucks playing the in-chat games. You'll see those come up every once in a while. And then you can also earn junk bucks by getting in on the raffle that I've got going on right now. Typing exclamation point raffle. You could earn 200 junk bucks if you win. And then finally, you can get junk bucks if you make a donation. Pardon me. Got a little frog in my throat. When you get to 2,000 junk bucks, you can redeem those for a $10 off coupon. And I think I owe a coupon to somebody. So thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate it. If you could give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends, I greatly appreciate it. If you have a question, put it in all caps. I'll do my best to answer that question during the live stream. Of course, if you have comments that you want to share, please do so. But let's be kind and upbeat and courteous to those in here and helpful. So I'm all about helping each other. And if you have a YouTube channel throughout this live stream, say, hey, I have a YouTube. Tell us what you do. I'd like for y'all to support each other. That's another thing that I'm a big advocate of. If you enjoy something that someone is doing on social media, wherever they share it, their blog, their YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, wherever it is, share that with your friends so more people can find them. That's the best way you can support anyone in any industry that you enjoy. Share that, and that helps them be seen. Alrighty, so much to do today. Let's see. Robin is my right-hand woman, and she takes great care of getting me my notes, and we're working on some projects for the blog that'll be coming up pretty soon. And she's been in charge of the creative prompts. We had them in January, where I did a video every day, February, and then she's got March as well. I don't know if it's going to go the whole year, but I think 3 months worth should get you plenty of inspiration to get busy. What else? So she's going to be taking notes, and if I didn't see anything, she'll try to let me know as well. If it has something to do with my shop, meaning you're looking for an order or something you need changed on a subscription, do go over to lindaisrael.com. It says it down here, lindaisrael.com, and check out the contact me form and leave me a message there. Just type out what you're needing, and I'll do my best to get back to you via email. Okay? All right. Robin is kicking herself out of the chat. That happens. Alrighty, so here's what we're doing. Today I'm working with the Floral Sonata Kit by Calico Collage, and I've been kind of working on this morning. I am going to have 2 journals that I'll make today, and if we get enough donations, I'm looking for $60 for both journals or $30 for one. And if you can get me your donation before we get to the end, you'll have a chance to win the journals that I'm creating today. One of the journals. All right, so here's what I've got. I've got a couple of Bible pages. I just put 2 of them back to back because I wanted them to be thick. And then I have a napkin here, and it just reminded me I need to get another 2 pages. I thought I already had them glued together, so I will do that. And I've got a napkin here, so I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to glue together 2 more pages. So I'm just going to grab a couple of pages out of this book. And this is just a large family Bible. It had been damaged. No one else was going to use it. There's bunches of Bibles out there. I do not feel guilty for tearing it up. I understand if you have issues with that, but I do not, so don't worry. All right, so I'm going to take this and just use Aleene's tacky glue and glue this together. I'm doing this because when I use this later on, because we're going to do a couple of things with this napkin, I want it to be nice and sturdy, and by doing 2 book pages and then adding the napkin, it'll give it a little bit more body to this piece. Now, you can use cardstock, you could use junk mail. I'm just using book pages. Okay? All right, so I've got 2 pages here that I plan to use, and I've got a napkin. First thing we need to do with the napkin is we need to separate the layers. If you didn't know, napkins have layers, and you don't want to glue down with all those layers because it will lift and it'll start to fall off your project. The top layer, which would be the printed part, would come off. So I've just got some transparent tape, and I found, oh, thank you, Diane, for your donation. If you go in here on the corner and then just kind of gently lift it up, see how it tears? Then you can grab a hold of this back piece and then just gently pull it away. I've got lots of tutorials on napkins. You can head over to my YouTube main channel and just search under Linda Israel napkin, and you'll see other tutorials that I show how to use napkins. All right, so I've got that separated. I don't say this, some people do. You'll probably use it to blow my nose. Let me grab my mixed media mat, and I'll be right back. All right, so I've got my little mixed media mat here. And what I'm going to do is I've got this Bible page, is I'm going to glue the napkin on here. And what I like to do is I use the watered down Aleene's tacky glue. So it's tacky glue. Oh, thank you, Cynthia, for your donation. In a little airtight container, I've added a little bit of water to it so it's not quite so thick. It's a little bit runny. I like to use either a foam dauber, or in this case, a paintbrush works pretty good. This is about a 3/4 inch wide paintbrush. And I'm just going to kind of dip it into this glue. And I'm going to paint the paper with glue. I'm doing this because I want to stick down the napkin, and I found this is the easiest way for me to get it where I want it. How is everybody? Did y'all have a good weekend? Hope y'all had a good weekend. We had a nice weekend. We didn't do a whole lot, Henry and I. We decided to take the time to drive and just kind of travel around the area and, you know, spend some time with each other and our dogs. We took our dogs with us, and so we would get out and walk and look at new things wherever we stopped. It's kind of fun. Thank you, KNRP, for your donation. All right, I'm going to flip this over only because I know there's some wet glue, and I don't want my napkin to stick to anywhere but on the book page. So I'm just kind of folding it in half, and I'm going to line it up on the edge down here best I can. It may not be perfect, but it should work pretty good. And I'm going to roll this back just a little at a time. And then I'll flip it over and just press from the back side. That way I don't have to worry about ripping my napkin, because sometimes if you get a little aggressive with it, it will rip. My allergies are acting up today. I've been sneezing and blowing my nose. It's no fun. Oh, you had a good weekend, Casey? Yay! You done some napkins last night, Diane? It's kind of fun, isn't it? All right, so I'm just going to trim this off. And I'm going to start this way because I'm going to use this long strip here. So I'm just going across. Okay, and then I'll cut this piece off. You can use your paper cutter. It's a little bit harder with the napkin because it tears so easily. All right, I'm going to set this aside and let this dry for a moment, and we'll come back to it in just a few minutes. I'm going to flip this back over again. I'm going to get my book page again. Thank you, Robin, for your donation. And I'm going to put another piece of this napkin across the bottom here. So again, I'm going to get my paintbrush out again. I stick it in water in between so that the glue doesn't dry on my paintbrush. You don't want to ruin your paintbrush by leaving it with glue on it. And I find just putting it in the water is enough to help get rid of that glue residue. And before I put away my glue pot for the day, I'll add some more glue to it and a little bit of water, and then it'll be ready for the next time I want to use it. And I'm just using Aleene's tacky glue. You know, other people like other products out there. I don't really like some products. I don't like the way it leaves a sticky residue on paper. I like that the Aleene's tacky glue does not do that. All right, so I'm going to flip this over again. And then I'm going to take this piece here and go right along the edge and glue this down. Okay. And while I'm at it, I'm going to cut this piece off and glue it down too. I may need it later. I was putting the glue up too soon. I thought I was done, but not yet. All right, I'm going to take this piece and put it right here. Okay. Yeah, I just keep adding glue. Okay, so this is ready for some more glue. So let me grab my... I get my Aleene's tacky glue. I got to open it up. Hang on. I just go ahead and take the lid off and shake it down. And so I'll just, see there, I'm just putting a little glob right in there. And then I'll close this back up. And then I've got, in this one, whenever I get to the bottom of a bottle of glue, I'll add water to it and shake it and pour it into this. So it becomes a little bit runny. So I just add a little bit of that on top of the regular glue, and it'll kind of soak into it. And then I'll just set it aside, and that'll be ready for next time. Alrighty. I think for now, I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to use my heat tool to dry this real fast. Thank you so much, Kathy, for your donation. Thank you, Sherry, for your donation. Robin, Kay, and RP, Kathy, Cynthia, and Diane. All right. Hey, Carrie. Yeah, I'm so glad you stopped in for a moment. Yay. Carrie moved. She had a big move cross country. So glad to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, just add more glue, Casey, and it'll work better. So every time you're done with it, I add a little bit of glue. All right, so I'm going to take this, and I'm going to trim it down. Okay. So now I've got this long, skinny piece, and then I'm going to trim it to be 8.5 inches wide. And I have these little pieces left over. Then I'm going to take this piece, and I'm going to fold it in half, just so I know where the halfway mark is. And then I'm going to trim this in half. And it won't be quite 2.25 inches wide. All right, so now I've got these two strips, and we're going to use those in a moment. And then I've got this little strip, and I'm going to fold it in half, and then I'm just going to trim it in half so I have it for later on. So I got a little piece here, and I'm just going to set it to the side until I'm ready for it. So these two pieces, I'm going to take some Distress ink in walnut stain, and I've got a little blending tool. I'm just going to go around the edges, and then here in a moment, where's Giovanna? We're going to go to the sewing cam, and we're going to sew on this once I get the Distress ink applied. It's 21:57 in the UK, so that makes it 10 something, right? Or 9 something. I'm trying to remember. I always subtract 12 from 21, and what do you get? 13, 14, see, what is it? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. Yeah, 9:47. So, or almost 10 p.m. where you are. Hey, I'm getting better at this. It's the sewing lamb for the sewing cam. All right, so here's what we're going to do. One more thing before I go to the sewing machine, because I'm going to sew on this particular piece. So I'm going to stick it in my box, move the sewing cam lamb out of the way for a moment. I've got some Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. This is Artsy Cherry from the So Artsy Glimmer Mist paint kit that I have in my shop, which are 6 different colors for $25.99. And those are available in my shop right now until supplies run out. So I'm using the Retro Panel 2 in my little box here. And I just use a box to keep from getting spray all over my desk. And I'm going to spritz this down just a little bit. I'm going to take a piece of copy paper. So I'm going to get 2 ready. So I got a piece of copy paper, and I'm going to lay that on top and mop up that Tattered Angels that's on the top. So basically, you're spraying a piece of paper one time, and you're getting 2 designs out of it. I went ahead and sprayed this side so that you can see there's Tattered Angels on both sides. I'll set that aside for a moment. Now, this paper is not quite transparent, and you can sort of see the pattern on the other side, but I'm going to do something. I'm going to line up the stencil as best I can by looking through the light, and then try not to move it. Set that down, and then I'm going to spray this side lightly so it gets the pattern on both sides. And then I'm going to get another sheet of copy paper, mop that up, and then I'm going to spray the back side of it. So now I've got that pattern on both sides, and I just knocked stuff in the floor. Oh yeah, I need that. And then here is this side. So I'm going to dry this just a little bit before we move on, and we'll go over to the sewing cam. All right, need to pick this up. All right. 9 a.m. for Julie. Sewing cam. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, gosh. What is it like to live in the future, Julie? Casey asks. It's a lot of waiting, Julie says. Got to flirt with Junkie Joe a little bit, see if you can win. Okay, so we're going to go over to the sewing machine. We're going to start with these 2 pieces of paper, and then we will sew on this part, okay? So here we go. Sewing cam! Alrighty. So I've got these 2 strips, and my plan is I want to sew down the edges that are going to be exposed in a pocket. So I'm just going to go down one side, and I'm going to do the opposite on these 2 pieces. I'm using a regular sewing machine. I have regular thread, a regular needle. The most important thing is whenever you're gluing papers together, then you plan to sew, you want that glue to be dry. If it's not dry, it can gum up your needle and it just becomes a big mess. So I just stitched down that side, and I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to stitch down the other side. And the way I know which is the right way is I can kind of see the words. You probably can't, but I can see which directions the words are, even though it's quite a dark napkin. Some napkins are more transparent, not quite as opaque as this one, and you really can see what's underneath. So it's really cool if you do it over sheet music or text that you want to be able to see. All right, so I got both sides done, and now we're going to grab our page that we sprayed, and I'm going to line up this page on the edge, and I'm going to zigzag stitch down the edge. Again, it's just a regular sewing machine, regular zigzag stitch. You can use fancy stitches. It takes a little bit more time to get those fancy stitches to work out, but you can use all kinds of stitches, even if it's just straight stitching. All right, so I went down this edge. I'm going to flip this around, and I'm going to put this piece over here and sew down this edge. Sometimes I sew all the way around, but if I forget to lay down the second piece, it's a mess because you end up with thread where you didn't want it, or stitching where you didn't want it. All right, I'm almost done with this part. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift up my presser foot. Oh, I didn't leave the needle in the right spot. And just rotate it, and then I'm going to sew across here. So it's attaching this paper to our book page or base, if you will, journal page. And it's going to create a pocket. All right, so we've done here. Now we're going to do this side. I like doing pages like this when they're flat, being able to embellish a whole page. I like that it kind of helps add some variety because this page, may not be duplicated. It may be duplicated. All right, so there's our finish. Let's go over back here. Hope y'all weren't telling me anything. All right, so here is our base, And then here is the other side. And I like this because, see, it gives the stitching on both sides. And we've got the pattern. All right, so I'm going to look at my pile here. And I'm going to go ahead and flip this over for now. And I want to stamp over here. So I got to find my stamp that I just had out. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. So I have Let Your Spirit Soar. And it's part of a 4 rubber stamp set. All right, you're here for a little bit, Norella. Yay! I know Norella has started collecting the graphics for the nautical kit. Hey, Marie. So hopefully we'll have a sneak peek soon to kind of show you the direction that we're going in. I had gone on the internet and penned some images and shared them with Norella. So I like this idea. Of course, I want it, you know, our style without copying somebody else's idea. And she said, okay, just share what you want. Thank you, Giovanna. Thank you. So then I added Let Your Spirit Soar. And this is from the Butterfly Beauties Cube. There's 4 different little butterflies. And I like using those because it just adds a little touch there. And then on this side, I want to make a pocket. So what I've done is I've got a piece of craft cardstock, and before the live stream, I kind of judge how big my little fussy cut elements are. I'll maybe cut it just a little bit bigger, not a lot, and then I just tore a music sheet. And I thought that might look kind of neat. I don't know. I may change it around. Let's do it this way. Oh, I like this way better because you can see more of that. So I'm going to add some distress inks to this piece. Right down that edge. I'm not going to worry about this edge. I'm just going to do the bottom. Now, if you really like yours dark, you can keep going and adding. I like using the walnut stain because it isn't quite so dark. I mean, it isn't so light. All right, but I want to add something to here. So let me find my ink pad. So here is my Distress Oxide Picked Raspberry. And I'm going to do direct to paper. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Robin. If you purchase one of my stencils and you make a project and share it on the internet, like on Pinterest, on your blog, a YouTube video, Instagram, and you can share the link that I can then pin on Pinterest, I will give you a 10% off coupon so you can purchase more stencils. And this coupon will stack. So if you are a stencil subscriber already, you get 20% off all stencil purchases. You get this coupon, you get additional 10% off, so it makes it 30% off your stencil. It's like almost free, y'all. And basically, I'm just wanting to see your projects using the stencil. Like if I were to do this right now, after I finish making this pocket, I would take a picture, post it on Instagram, and then I could go over to my Pinterest board and show this is an idea of how to use the Retro Panel 2 stencil. So that's what I'm looking for. If you've got it, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Norella. All right, so I've got this guy is going to go here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this guy down because I want to stamp over the top of it as well. And if y'all are wondering what I'm looking at over here to the side, is I made all these pages today once so that I could know what I wanted to do. And doing that, I was able to create 2 page sets, so I'll be able to create 2 journals. All right, so I've got this piece here. You're going to see part of this edge just a little bit. So I'm going to take another rubber stamp. This time it's the Postmark Collage. I use this one a lot. It's one of my favorites. You can see it's well used. I'm going to ink it up with the archival ink and then stamp like so. I'm going to check it out, see if that's all I want. I'm going to go ahead and put some over here. I didn't on the other one I made, but I am on this one. So you kind of see it kind of fills up that background. Just, well, maybe you can't see because this is so busy. You kind of see it fills up that background just a little bit. And guess what? We're going to go back to the sewing machine, and I'm going to stitch around that. You like that offer? Well, thank you. Thank you. You know, I'm trying different things, and I thought, well, this would be a great way because then you get pinned on my board, and other people may discover you because of the pin. So maybe you'll grow your audience. So that's one way I thought to give back is to share on my board. So love to have you do that. You can message me through my website at lindaisrael.com. If you have seen my posts online where I talked about doing this, you can tag me in there. Alrighty, so let's go back. Okay, so we stamped, we used Distress ink, we added a sheet of music. Now we're going to put this Calico Collage image. Do you like that? I'm going to go ahead and glue this completely down onto my background piece. This is a great way, you know, I'm weird. I love these fussy cut images, but I prefer a solid line for my pocket. I don't know, it just makes it feel better to me. Plus, it's just layered, so you get these cool layers. No sewing lamp. And I'm just going to put it right here on this side of the page, and it's going to become a pocket. So I'm going to put glue here and here. Again, just a Lean's tacky glue. Now you could glue this or sew this down. You could even stitch down the sides and then glue it down so it looks like you sewed it into place. You could have made this card first and then lightly glued it onto the page before we did the napkins on the other side so you get both at the same time. Oh no, you glued the tablet screen. Don't do that. All right, so we've got this. We've got this side. I'm going to fold it back onto itself. And then I didn't, I'm not going to show you how to do this live, but I'm going to tell you how I did it. So I've got the little scraps of pieces here. I rounded the corners of those. Then I took one of the elements, the fussy cut elements from the kit, from the Floral Sonata. And then I took a piece of music and put it in the background. And this is my white words on black. I've got two different sets. You could get them as a digital download on the Inspirational, or you can get them printed and they're already cut out. And then this is just a 4x6 card that I've added Distress ink all the way around the edge. And that's going to go in this pocket. Now I want to make sure that I don't go all the way down in there yet because that glue is still a little damp and my card will get glued into place. Ask me how I know. I've done this a few times. All right, so I'm going to flip this over to the inside. And I haven't brought these out in a while, but springtime is here. We're all in love with our flowers that they start to pop up. I need to take some pictures of my daffodils out front. Beautiful yellow daffodils. Their heads are standing up tall and they look gorgeous. And so I take pictures of my flowers in my garden. So all of these are my photos that I took of my garden, and then I sent them to Norella, and Norella made postcard sheets for me. There's 3 per sheet. You get different images on each one, and I offer those in my shop. But here's one. It says, begin creating. Being creative is not a hobby. It is a way of life. And don't have to be perfect to be amazing. See, I think these are perfect. And I thought the colors were good because we're getting this variety throughout. So there is one page that we have made already. Here is the page I made prior to the stream to know. I did pick a different image here, did a little bit different in the background, but not much. And then I used a different image on there. And then I did like that. And then like that. Okay? So there is the first page right there. Right off the bat, we got a page made. All right, time to take a drink and then grab my next page. Thank you, Norella. Well, I hope we have good ones this year, too, so I can do some more. Alrighty, so now I've got my next project, okay? So I've got some fussy cut elements. I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half. Austin, are you here? I don't know if Austin is here, so I'm going to mention it so we can tell him it was around 4:16. So that would be about a little over 30 minutes into the video. He had asked me on Facebook Do I enjoy fussy cutting, or do I basically begrudge or hate fussy cutting? I have a love-hate relationship with fussy cutting and applying distress inks. I dislike that it's so time consuming, but I know that it's necessary to get some cool elements. So I kind of hate doing it, but I also love the effects of it when you've got them all done. You've got this little pile that you can choose from, and you've got some cool elements. So there's my answer. Yeah, Sam, I did. Hey, welcome. Yeah, I showed you how to put the napkin together. All right, so now I've got one of these little cards that Norella includes in the kit, and I'm going to just glue it down. We're going to do really simple on this page. Really simple. So I want to show you the differences of doing something really simple versus adding a lot of embellishment, okay? So that's it. That's all I'm going to do to that side. I'll end up putting a journal card in the pocket, which reminds me I need to stick one over here. We'll put a little journal card in the pocket. And then I'm going to flip this open. I'm going to grab my paper here, okay? And I've got the Queen Anne's Lace Rubber Stamp by Beeline Design. And so I'm going to take this piece and stamp it, somewhat in the bottom corner. Okay. And we've got the stenciling and tattered angels in the background. Now we've got a little focal image in the foreground with those flowers. Then I've got, this is just a little strip that Norella offers in the kit. There's a couple different sizes. Now I am using all of the Floral Sonata kits that Norella offers. She's got a journal kit that comes with 8 pages, and I forgot how many fussy cut elements. Then you can purchase an additional fussy cut elements kit, and then you can also purchase an additional page journal pages. I think there's 4 journal pages. So I use all of those kits for the journal. So when I show you something, it's Floral Sonata. I can't tell you exactly which kit it came out of. It's one of them. All right. Do get into the raffle if you haven't already. We're going to draw that in just a moment. Okay. Uh-oh. I'm missing a piece. Where'd it go? Oh, man. Where is it? Okay, I may have to come up with something else. The little piece I wanted to use disappeared. Well, dang it. All right, we'll just use this guy. I had a word phrase. Oh, I found it. Never mind. Yay, I found it. It's a little definition. All right, so we've got this little piece, and I've got a little scrap of music. So let's apply some distress inks on here. I'm going to finish this page, and then we'll get ready for the next page and do the raffle. So I'm giving y'all a chance to get entered. Thank you, Marie. Isn't it gorgeous? I love what Norella has done here. This is a recently new kit in the last few months that she has made. She's been doing a lot of updating on her website, her Etsy, and the way her products are. In the past, whenever I would show y'all like domino images or circle images, you could buy just that page. Well, now she's got kits of different pages that you can get that come together that all match. So it's all circles and squares and rectangles and whatnot, and they're all the same style of images, and so they all go together. So that's something she has available. We're not going to use that guy. All right, so here's what I did. Just really simple. We're going to put a journal card in here. I'm not going to put anything up there for now. Maybe whoever gets the journal, this will be their way to add their touch to this top. And then we did this on the back. Keep calm and love music. And then over here we've got the definition. So here's one that I made earlier. I got to put the journal card in. Same concept, just the different elements from the kit. All right, so now we've got another page made. This one over here. All right, is everybody entered into the raffle? Oh, thank you, Mad Hatter. Oh, and make sure those of you that are new donators, KNRP and Mad Hatter, do go over to lindaisrael.com and create a user account. Because you donated, I'm gifting back to you free digital downloads. These are mostly gel prints that I have made and I've turned into a digital. I've got a few other items up there as well that you can get for free. And I get you added to the YouTube donator group, and then you can also get a 5% discount on your orders. And again, those stack. So if you end up getting in the Stencil Club and your YouTube donator, you're getting 25% off your orders on stencils. Just want to make that very clear to y'all. All right, so let's do the giveaway. And, oh, here we go. This will be cute. Okay. Oh, thank you. You like that? Yeah, just a little bit of texture. Thank you, Norella. It's just a little bit of design and texture to it. So you can keep it relatively simple, or you can layer it up and have a lot of fun with it. All right, so let's do the giveaway. I think we got everybody in. I'm waiting on the boss fight. Who's going to win the FFA? Take down the junkie boss. We have quite a few winners. All right, let's do the giveaway. All right, the winner of 200 junk bucks is Marie Pilar. Pilar, you won. Congratulations. I'll get those added to your account here in just a little bit. All right, we're going to do shabby cheek kitten tag. All right, so here is our first item that we're giving away. I made a bunch of these shabby chic kitten tags for a swap, and because I had printed the images, I went ahead and just finished using some of my supplies that I had, which was nice because I kind of used things up. Like I had these little silhouettes, and I had the scrapbook paper, I had these little paper flowers and some fabric, so it was nice to use it up. And I made several of these tags, and I had found them that I hadn't done anything with. I guess I was thinking about selling them in my shop, but I thought, well, I'll go ahead and just give these away as prizes. So you're very welcome, Pilar. Welcome, welcome. So go ahead and join the raffle now and get a chance to win this tag. Alrighty. So now I've got this other mop-up page that we made. You saw how I made the mop-up page. I'm going to decorate this page a little bit differently than the first page that we were working with. So I'm going to start here. I've got the label stand. There's a set of two. This is like a little banner, and then this one has little birdies on the top and the bottom here. So I'm going to use this one today, and I'm going to stamp it right here in the middle. Okay, and I'm just going to flip it over, and I'm going to stamp it again. All right, I'll put this aside. Don't need it anymore. I'm going to get a scrap of paper here. I don't want my black ink at the moment, but I do want the picked raspberry. And then I've got the, they're blooms. There's 4 different flowers. I think one of them is a leaf and you get 3 flowers. And I'm using one of these because it doesn't have a direction per se of a stem. So it's kind of cool to use this as a border decoration. So what I'm doing is I'm going to ink it up and I'm going to stamp it. It's going to be really light, but it's going to add just a little bit of a pattern. And you can go down the page if you want. I don't know if you can see that. Just a very faint pattern. And I'm going to do it again on this side. You can use different colors. I was using the pink because it just blended really well together. Okay, so I've done those. I'm going to go ahead and flip this over because I want to do more stamping, and I don't want anything in the way when you're stamping. I've got the flowering branch, and I'm going to use the Distress ink again. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to stamp off, stamp in here, maybe stamp like that, maybe even add a little bit more out here, okay? So I'm just making a little pattern in the corner. I'm going to repeat that on this other corner. So coming in from the sides, just adding pattern, okay? Move that over here. Get this out of the way. So let's go back to the first side. We got the banners up there. I have a couple of fussy cut elements. So I've got these little fussy cut elements, a little French horn. Do we want to put it that way? Maybe like that. Oh, here we go. We'll put it like that in the corner. And then we'll put this guy over here. Over here. I've got some scraps of paper here, scraps of book page. So I'm going to tear some more. I didn't have quite enough. And I like how this is kind of bigger at the bottom. So I think that would look kind of cool right there in the corner. Not going to bed just yet, Kathy? Well, welcome. So glad you're here with us. So glad you're here. I think if Angelica was here, isn't it like early a.m. for her? Because I think it's like 1 o'clock in the morning or something. All right, so this piece I'm going to put over here. And I think this one, I'm kind of looking at it. I think we'll go up the side here. So I'm going to apply some distress inks to this and we'll glue it down on the side. And you could not glue these directly down. You could glue them onto something to make it another tuck spot, or only glue on the bottom so you get a cool texture. That's up to you, okay? Hey, Lady Wolf, so glad to have you here. I'm so glad to see so many familiar names and lots of new names in the chat today. I really appreciate you supporting me. And remember, if you love something that somebody does, share it. And of course, if you are watching right now live, speak up in the chat and say, hey, I have a YouTube channel. I'd love for y'all to follow each other. Okay? And then also, if you haven't checked out the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group, do head over and check that out. We have a really fun group. You can share your projects that you're working on. You can ask questions. We do allow 1 sales post per day, every 24 hours exactly. Don't try to go before that. And we prefer that if you are going to share something that you're promoting, whether it be, you're trying to promote your brand, like your videos, or you're trying to promote a journal or a product that you're selling, that you also need to interact in the group. Now, that doesn't mean just leaving a heart here and there. I'm talking about, posting questions, or, hey, I love what you're doing. I love the layering. I want more than 2 words. Because that shows you're interacting. And if you're just dropping off a link and leaving, we don't want any part of that in the Friendly Junk Journal People. So we are going to start enforcing some of our rules. And if you break this rule several times, you're out. We're done. No one wants to be spammed. So what do you think? We've added the stamping at the top. We've got a little bit of decoration elements here. And then we've got writing space in the middle. Like that? And then here's the other side. All right, so let's open the inside up. We've already stamped the flowers. I've got a couple of pieces of some book music, sheet music. So I'm just going to tear another one. And I'm going to go ahead and put some distress inks on these. So trying to tear it a little bit. Okay. Bye, Norella. Enjoy your dinner. Thanks for stopping by, lady. And again, check out Norella's Calico Collage. The links are in the description box. And of course, Robin is also sharing those links as well. So definitely do it. The Enforcer! All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I've got these little images that are from the kit. And I'm going to place these kind of like that. So what I'm going to do just to kind of help me with placement, so I'm putting just a touch of glue on the square, and then I'm going to line it up with the sheet music piece. Give it a moment to adhere. And then I'm going to apply glue to this whole unit. So I'm making a cluster on the fly. You can make clusters ahead of time, but that's kind of a little cluster. You could add something else to it. But I'm adding it to here. So we've got the stamping in the background, we've got the music, and then we've got the image. But yet, we're not done yet. Bye, Marie. Thanks for stopping in. Glue on this side. Glue right here. Oh, let me flip this around. It was upside down. I could tell because there was a word on it. Okay, we covered up the word. And I'm just kind of patting off that glue. It'll dry clear. That's what I like about the Aleene's Tacky Glue. Oh, thank you, Janice, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Greatly appreciate your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so I'm putting some glue on here. Come out to the edge. And then we'll put this guy, let's put him right here. And if you wanted, you could take some time and color these images in, you know, in the background if you wanted. That's another aspect. There's no wrong way. Then I've got these word phrases. So I'm going to put love as an action. Let's put that right here. And then we have don't overthink it. And we'll put that over here. Okay. All right. What do you think? Just kind of adding a little touch here and there. So here is the other page I made, just using different images, of course, different sheet music pieces, and then you see the rubber stamping at the top. And then on the inside, we did the different images here. I did the same word phrases because I happen to have those. All right, so there is another page done. We've got 3 pages done already, y'all. Look at there, 3 pages already. We're going to use 3 pages per journal from the kit. All right, Robin just shared that we need $38.51 for 2 journal raffles today. If anyone wants a chance to win the journals that I'm making, just make a donation of any dollar amount. Thank you, Julie. I got choked. Okay. Next journal page. So this time there's lots of goodies we're going to use. I got choked. All right. So earlier we made this page. This is 2 sheets of book pages glued together with a napkin on top. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this in half. So you can either do it by finding the center, you can measure it, whatever way you want to do. If it's an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, generally it should be 5.5 by 8.5 in size. So I got that cut in half. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some diagonal pockets. And here's what I found. When you make a diagonal pocket, depending on which way you cut it, determines if you get a left side or a right side. So I'm going to start here at this corner and tear at a diagonal down to this corner down here. And it's going to then create 2 pocket pieces that I can use that are going in the same direction. Okay, so we can tuck from this side. We would glue down this side. Now we want to get a pocket going the other direction. So we tore from that corner. Now I'm going to tear from the opposite corner. Are y'all following? And you can cut too. If you've got decorative scissors, or you just want a straight edge, if you have pretty images that you want to fussy cut around, you could do that. But look, so now we've got a pocket for the left and a pocket for the right. Did y'all know I was that smart? So I'm going to apply some Distress inks down this edge. Especially, I should have went ahead and taken the time earlier to put Distress inks on the outer edges, but you get to it when you get to it. You may see some of the book page underneath depending on how it tore. You may even want to come back in and tear it again if you don't like that look. I just let it go. However it comes together is how it comes together. All right, put that there. All right, so we're going to be, I got to get it ready. We're going to have the sewing cam again here in just a moment because I'm going to lightly glue it in place, and then we're going to sew them onto our page. You love the rip look things, yeah? Rolls eyes. See you later, Cynthia. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for stopping. Greatly appreciate you. Oh, thank you, Sally. You're so sweet. All right, so I've got those pieces. And here's what I'm going to do. I've got a songbook page that I trimmed down to be 8.5 by 11. That's all I did. So basically kind of cut the top and the bottom off after it was folded in half. So I'm going to open this up, and we've got pockets that need to go on this side, and we've got a pocket that needs to go on that side. So I'm just going to take enough glue that it basically just barely holds it into place. I don't need a whole lot. I don't need to worry about how adhered it is to the page. I just want it down so that when I go to sew, I don't have to worry about trying to trap it and get it sewn in place. What? We're having so many sewing. It's so awesome, right, Robin? All right, I'm going to put a little glue down this side. And also, by not putting as much, it doesn't take as long for it to dry, because we do want it dry before we go to the sewing machine. Okay. Flip it, and then we're going to do this again. So here's another, way that you can make a corner, a pocket. You could use scrapbook paper. You could use gel prints. There's all kinds of things that you could use in these corners. Book pages that you just love, the images that are on it. Maybe you've got a floral book page and it's got full pages, full images like this. All right, we've got a boss fight starting. Okay. All right, so I'm placing this on here, trying to get them lined up in basically the same spot on both sides of my journal page. All right, so I've got those glued down on each side, and they're pretty much in the same spot. So I'm kind of looking at this. I think I'm going to sew on this side just because it came in a little bit further, and this one did too, and that way I know I'm catching it. So we're going to go to the sewing machine. Hey, Barbara, welcome. You love anything music paper? It's fun, isn't it? All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to sew. I'm going to start on this edge, doing a zigzag stitch. Start at the top and go down, and then we'll turn and go across. I think my light shifted just a little bit. All right, I got my needle down, raise my presser foot, rotate it, and then I'm going to sew down across the bottom. Sometimes it gets hung and it'll keep stitching in the same spot, so you have to raise up the presser foot and just move your paper a little bit. All right. So we've sewn all the way around. Okay, let's come back over here. It's not working for you, Sam, to craft while watching. Well, I think it depends upon if you're watching the chat or if you're just creating and just listening to me rattle on. All right, so here we go. We've got our pages put together, and so now let's decorate them. I've got a book page that had the background painted, and then it looks like I may have used like a lid and made little circles all over it. And I trimmed it down to fit and put little corners on it, put it on a piece of cardstock, and we're going to layer this up and make a little corner tuck spot. So here's a way to use some of those mixed media elements by putting that as a background. You're watching the sewing thingy intensely, Robin says. So I'm going to glue across the bottom and up one side, and I'm going to place that right on top of the napkin. So if you have a napkin that is kind of blowing your mind, that's a little too busy, you can kind of cover this up. All three, I'm fired, Sam says. Alright, so we put that over there. And then I've got one of the word phrases from the kit. Let's put that over here. Alrighty. Okay, so that's this side. I'm going to flip it over. I'm looking at my, oh yeah, okay. So on this side, I did the same thing with that same mixed media print stuff. And then what I'm going to do is I'll put this on top. Oh, Sonia's opal dust puts an awesome opal like glitter on things. Well, cool, Julie. I've not seen them. They kind of sound like Pearl X that we may use here in the United States. Alright, so I made a little piece there. That's one of the domino images that comes in the Floral Sonata kit. I'm going to glue that there and up the side. And then we'll just put that right here. Yeah, I think the opal dust, yeah, exactly. Some of the nail polishes, they have it too, Sam. Yeah. My nail salon uses it. It's interesting what it can do. Okay. And then here's another little element. I kind of like these little pieces because it's just kind of neat to add a little something like you'd write the date on there maybe, or a phrase word that you want to remember. This would be a good gift to give somebody who does music or just loves music. Okay, so you see that? All right, so now let's fill up the pockets. So I've got one of my images that we're going to put over here. And this is one of Norella's images that I'll put over here. I've got a smaller journal card that we'll put right here. I'm not going to put it all the way down in there because I don't want it to get glued together. All right, so then I'm going to flip this over. So let me flip this over. Okay, and then over here is another one of Norella's cards. Here's one of my cards. And then we've got these two little journal cards that I thought would look really good right there. So see? We just made another journal page, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Do you see ideas here that you can do yourself? And then look at this. Well, the powder, though, is really cool how they put it on. So here's the other one that I made using the same kit, just different images, of course, from the kit. Some different of my images. And a little saying down, or spot label down here. And then like this. Notes. So just adding a little variety to it. All right, so we got another journal page made. Let's move this over here. Get my next one ready. Okay. Thank you. Alrighty, now I'm getting all my next little elements laid out. Alright, so I've got another book page out of a song book, and then I've got the flower tile stencil. Mine has been through the ringer. I've broken it in a few places, and I'm just going to keep using it. I don't really care that it's broken because I want that distressed look anyway. So if that bothers you, I'm sorry. My stencils are kind of fragile, but they work beautifully on gel printing. So I've got the Mermaid Lagoon, and I'm going to use a blending brush. This time what I'm going to do is add a little bit of color to that sheet music. So if you love the sheet music, but you're like, it's a little bland, well, you can add color on top of it using a stencil and blending a little bit of ink. You could also spray it with some Tattered Angels. I'd already done that today, so I thought, well, let's do the blending tool technique. You can also use different stencils and mix them together. I am working on a set of mandala stencils. It'll have like a mandala design that'll just keep coming out, repeating on the page, and they're all hand drawn. I've just got to get them drawn in such a fashion that the stencil design comes out, because sometimes your drawing can't translate into a stencil. So I'm still perfecting that, but I should have some out really soon. Do you fussy cut the ticket corners? No, I fussy cut them, Robin. I have used a punch in the past, but those I was actually in the car and Henry was driving, so I fussy cut them with just a regular pair of my Fisker scissors, that I use all the time. These, I took those with me. And I just take my time. I had lots of time sitting in the car as a passenger, so it didn't, have a problem. Now, I will tell you that you'll probably want to clean your stencil off after using Distress Oxides, because it can transfer, and at the same time, you may not care. You may like it that you change colors and you'll get a blended effect. Like right now, if I changed to the picked raspberry and did this, I would kind of get a purple at first as the ink comes off. I'll take a baby wipe later and wipe this down, or I'll even take it to the sink and rinse it. All right, so we did the Distress Oxide with the flower tile, and it's kind of hard for y'all to see, but it's just a very subtle pattern that came on the page. Like that? All righty, so now, let me find all my bits and pieces here. Okay, that goes together. All right. I've got another element out of Norella's kit, and I've gone ahead and added some distress inks on this. This page that I made earlier, I didn't do anything in the background, so I'm just going to continue with that concept and glue this piece down. You like doing the mixed media and journals? Yay! Opal dust has no smell. Well, it's a powder, isn't it, Julie? The opal dust. I'll have to show you what I think it is the equivalent to it. Let me glue this down. I think I'm going to glue it right here in the corner, and that'll be a tuck spot. Yeah. Right here. And then I've got another piece, and I just happen to have some scrap of craft, and I just thought that would be kind of neat to back that. Yeah, mixed media is fun to use in the journals. It's okay to do that. Oh, it's a gel-like liquid, so it's not even powder. It sounds like Stickles now. So it comes in a little bottle and you squeeze it out. Maybe it's more like Stickles. All right, so I've got those glued down. And that's going to be on this side. I'm going to flip it over. And let's work on the other side. So now I've got a corner, and I'm going to the corner over here. And then I made a belly band. This is one of the images that comes in the kit. And I backed it with a piece of pink cardstock and then just zigzag down the edge. So that could go there. So let's glue these down. Poke, poke, nudge, nudge. It's time for the raffle there. Okay. Yeah, it's from a book. I used this and just tore out pages from this. So that's what we're using. That's the base. A big bottle, 8 ounces. Wow. Okay, well now I'm going to have to see if it's more like the tulip glitter glue that I use. Glitter paint, I mean. It's not glue, it's paint. I like the simplicity sometimes. You know, we didn't add any stenciling on here, so you kind of get a variety. Let's put that down. So it reminds me more of the glitter paint because you get 4 ounces for $3.99 and it's just really fine glitter and it will dry raised. Yes, Calico Collage does have music sheets. I printed some but did not use them. So yes, Calico Collage does have a set of music pages. There are some that are plain like these, and in the same kit you get some with flowers on them. So these are just a few of the pages that she offers. I don't have the floral ones printed right now. Yeah, you can go to a secondhand store. Sometimes you can find them there. Alright, so I glued those down. Got the pockets all glued down. I'm going to move this to the side for a moment. Put this over here. I've got a journal card here. Y'all enter the raffle, and we're going to do that next. I'm going to finish this up. Okay, so I've got a 5x7 journal card here that I've gone ahead around the edges and applied some distress ink. I've got a piece of sheet music that I've torn that I've gone around the edge of. I've got a fussy cut element here. So the next thing I'm going to do is grab a piece of paper to use to protect my work surface. And I've got the Bella Rose stamp that I offer in my shop. I'm going to use the jet black ink. And I am going to stamp in this corner. I'm going to rotate the stamp. Stamp again. Rotate the stamp. Okay. See how I'm putting it on the corner? Then I'm going to go down here on the bottom corner and stamp. Okay. Next, I've got the Picked Raspberry Distressed Oxide ink and a blending tool. I'm just going to grab a little bit of color, and I'm just quickly kissing the centers of those roses. Just adding a little bit of color. See how quick that went? Then I'm going to grab this piece of music, and I'm going to glue that down here. Let's put it right here. Okay. And then we're going to glue down this guy. I'm going to just kind of glue him over that. So what do you think? We just made that really fast. See how simple that was using, and you can do this with other flower stamps, you know, especially if they're kind of big like this one. It just makes a nice little touch that we can do there. You like it, Sam? I thought you might. Alrighty, so let's do the drawing, and I'm going to clean my hands off before I touch the next prize. You like that? I'm glad you like it. Thank you. It's something simple that you can do. You can make a whole bunch of journal cards like that so fast. You could just stamp them with the roses, not even color them, and have them all ready to go. So you just pick them up and add a little extra texture to them. Alrighty, so we did that guy. Okay, we'll do this. Alright. Thank you, Lady Wolf. Thank you. Alright, let's pick the winner. The winner of the kitty cat tag, the shabby chic tag, is Connie Barch. And I believe I have an order for you, so I can stick it in there. Congratulations, Connie. You won the little kitty. Alright, not a real kitty. Alright, and this is a chain. Alright. I think that's about right. So the next prize, I don't know if I purchased it or if somebody gave it to me, but it's a little zipper pouch and it has little pieces of tissue from Jane Davenport. And the idea is you can take these little pieces, you can lay them out onto a piece of bigger paper that's kind of a light color and spray them with water and they'll bleed. You can collage with them. There's all kinds of little things that you can do with that. Definitely a cute little prize. I hope whoever gets it has fun and will share what they do with it. So I'm going to lay this up here. Get your minds moving. All right, I'm going to get a little drink and let's finish this up. Thank you, Sam. Thank you very much. Okay, so this guy is going to go back here. So this is good for those of y'all that like that vintage look. You like those vintage colors, but I add a little bit more brighter pinks in there. So you can definitely do that. Over here, I've got, this is from another kit that Norella offers as digital download. And there's a whole bunch of these botanical prints on different types of backgrounds like this. And I just thought it was interesting and it was different than the kit. So it does look like I picked up a piece of junk to go with. Make sense? So let's flip this over. All right. And then for over here, I've got this long skinny. I thought it was kind of cute. It's got little fairies here. The fairy treble. Isn't that cool? So it's got music beside it. So it kind of talks about the different things. That's kind of cute. Put that over here. And this is another one of Norella's kits. It has a bunch of postcards, different designs. I just love how they put together. You love the music theme? Yay! You love the music theme? It's a fun theme. I like it too. All right, so there is our next journal page. Here is another journal page that I made. Okay. And I think we're just about to where I can start putting things together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got some paper doilies. We'll spray these. I've got, these were book pages, a gardening book, and I just thought it would be interesting for the colors. This one had a little bit more white space here, so I just added a little piece of notebook tear-off paper and then rubber stamped over the top of it. So you could also add, maybe you have a picture you want to add of your own stuff, and then you could write on there. So I thought that'd be kind of cool. And then I've got a couple of coloring book pages. I didn't do anything to the back side, so let's do something to these two guys. And then we'll spray these, and then we can put our journal together after I show you all the pages, which are around here somewhere. This isn't good. Aha, I found them! I found the pages and the carvers. Okay, so let's move this guy over here for a moment. Let's move this way. Let's do the doilies first. Let's go ahead and get thank you, Margie. Yay! So glad you're here though, Margie. You just missed the kitty cat raffle. I'm going to lay this in the middle. I've got a page underneath that's got a little bit of distressed look to it as a mop-up page. So basically, because we're spraying this on top of a sheet of paper that could potentially become a journal page. Hi. Hey, Linda, welcome. So glad to have you here. You loved the rose page, Sally. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was fun, wasn't it? Okay, so this is a really pale pink, so I think it's going to be too pale. Okay, yeah, it's so pale. This is from the Pink Mist of All About Robins, and so it's just a slight tint of pink. Since we use pink in other areas, you know what? I'm going to grab the Artsy Patina. There is a little bit of a tealy color in the kit, kind of like right here. There's a little bit of that tealy color. So let's just kind of mist this a little bit. Oh yeah, nice light turquoisey color. I'm going to use the heat tool and dry this, and we'll do it again. Yay, doilies! Last craft and watch for you. Aw. Yeah, that background can be used. Exactly. Exactly. Because see, that'll be used. You can use that on a different page. No, my mat is not heat resistant. That's why I'm doing it inside the box, or I always lift it up because my mat will warp. Thank you, Sally. You like that blue? We missed you at the workshop. You haven't got your kit. The All About Robins kit. Let me know when you want to get together this week. What do you think? Isn't that pretty? It's just a pale tealy blue. Let's put it up against white, and you can kind of see the difference. All right, let's do this one. I'm going to get a different page. Let's see if I got another one that's got a... There's one that's kind of got a border started. I'm going to lay that in the middle, and then we'll spray it. Oh, congratulations, Kathy, on earning your coupon code. Robin will send me a note to remind me, and I will get that emailed over to you. So congratulations. Not healthy yet? Well, get better, Sally. Get better. You can't walk and chew gum, apparently. Aw. Best to watch instead and craft later. That's probably why, Sam. All right. I'm trying to see if I missed anybody. Still a little damp. It's going to be a few minutes before I put it together, but I want it to dry. Yeah, wax paper is good. You're welcome, Kathy. And see, now I've got these two pages that I can use somewhere. My mop-up pages. Ah, you get your note pasted? Oh, I hope you start to feel better, Sally. I understand. It's no fun. Those are no fun. Okay, so we've got pages. All right, so we've got these two guys that there's nothing on the back side. So let's dig around in my little box here. I've got these two little pieces, and I'm just trying to think, okay, how can I use one on one and save one for the other? What else do we have in here? I have this piece. Maybe there's another. Maybe like this one over here. Okay, so now I've got these two little guys that we're going to put in there, and I've got some for this page as well. And I've got this guy and this guy. I think I want to make a journal card that we can stick into the little pockets. And then we've got these little pieces here that I thought would be kind of a secondary tuck, maybe. I don't know. We'll stack those up over here. And then over here we need some kind of little journal card or something. So how about, they're different, but I've got this guy that could go over here, and then I've got this guy that might fit. It may not. Nope, it won't fit. Okay. Let's do this guy and this guy. Okay. We'll do something else. Okay. We need if you only want one journal, we need $1.51 for the junk jar. Thank you, Robin, for letting me know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So here's where we're at. I've got these little elements. I want to make a journal card out of this. So I'm going to grab some paper, and I may go ahead and add a couple of these to it as well. So we'll add some distress inks to those. And let's grab a journal card we can use for that. Well, okay. I got a couple of, these are just odd shaped cards. They're too wide, so I'm going to trim it down. Let's trim it down to 4, maybe and a half inches. No, I'll need to go 4 inches. Yeah, 4 inches will get it in there. I'm going to go ahead and trim both of them at the same time. Okay, so now I'm going to take these and let's brown the corners. It'll give it a whole different look. I don't always do this, but I think it kind of finishes off the card a little bit. Gives it that more professional look if you want. Then I've got some distress inks. I'm going to go around both edges. Both cards is what I meant to say. And I think we'll be recapping my journal pages here as soon as I get this page set done. I did not plan this one. I wasn't sure how I was going to be with timing. And I thought, well, why not just go ahead and build this last page. Oh, thank you, Sherry, for your donation. Thank you, thank you. I think we made it to one journal to be raffled off today. About due to re-ink my ink pad. It dries out when you use it all the time. It's officially Robin's favorite, the All About Robins. Yep, I can imagine. Hey, Adam, welcome. So glad to have you here. All right, so we've got this piece. Okay, well that looks kind of blah, doesn't it? It needs something. So what if? All right, so I'm just going to kind of rip this down. And maybe I'll rip this side too. So this is a hymnal. I had a couple that were given to me, and then I got lucky at the Friends of the Metropolitan book sale this past, not this weekend, but the February the 25th. And I was able to get, I don't know, 4 or 5. I'm trying to decide which way I want to do this. If I do it like that, and then we'll have a strip down here. Okay. And I was able to get 4 or 5 hymnals, so I'm really excited about that. I was thinking something like that so far, okay? So I'm going to add some distress inks to this. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 of them at the same time. That way they're done. Okay. Welcome, Adam. Adam is one of my friends that I met because I got on my first design team with Brutus Monroe, and Adam was on that same design team. And then I got to meet him in person when we went to Phoenix, Arizona for Creativation. So I may not be his best bud, but I kind of consider him a friend, and he's a very talented young man. He does a lot of rubber stamped art. It's really cool. You should check him out. He has a YouTube channel as well. And I know that he also posts on Facebook. All right, so I've got these pieces, and I think we need something in the background. So let's get a stencil, and we'll stencil on these guys. How about this? I've got my new Moroccan lattice stencil. This is another stencil I created, Adam. I drew this design. So I'm going to lay this in my spray box here. Pardon me. I'm going to lay my stencil in here. And I think we're going to go back with the artsy patina. Pardon me. Actually, I'm going to go with one a little bit darker. There's a couple of more of the darker teals that I have in my shop as well. So now I'm going to spray over the stencil, over those journal cards. And then I'm going to take another sheet of paper and mop up. And I'm creating another journal page that I can use. I could also lay journal cards down on top of there and get a reverse effect. I'm going to go ahead and spray the backside. So now I've got this journal page I can use. So that gave me some cool texture. And then look at this page that we created. So I'll turn it over and then just spritz the backside. So you'll kind of see a little bit bleed through. Neat, huh? Alrighty. How are we doing, everybody? Yes, Adam, I can't make you a custom stencil, but I can make a custom stencil for you. I can't do math, but I can be real snarky about grammar. Adam, message me. You can message me on Facebook if you want, or you can message me through my website. If you have a design that you want me to use that isn't copywritten, maybe you hand drew it, I can look at it and see how to make it into a stencil. Or if you just have an idea of something that you want me to do, you got an inspiration photo or something I can use, or you just want a sunflower or something like that, then I can see what I can come up with. Oh, Sam just says she's making envelopes and cards with gel prints made with my stencils. Yay! Thank you so much. Alrighty, so I have sprayed these guys. We got a piece of sheet music, and then we've got this guy. And I think the final thing is we need a border, a darker border all the way around. Yeah, don't you think? And I think that's going to be sewing cam. What do you think? All right, so I'm warning y'all. We've got sewing cam alert. Sewing cam. All right, I'm going to go ahead and glue down the sheet music. Yep. And then that way I can stitch over it just a little bit. Pardon me. Very ladylike. Bacon. I love bacon. All right. And now let's glue this one down on the other side. All right. So sewing cam alert. We're going to go the sewing machine. Okay. I'm going to zigzag stitch all the way around. All right. Sewing cam. So I'm just going to stitch all the way around. on all four sides. I think that'll kind of give it a cool border. I love this Powdered Angels. It's got a beautiful gold shimmer when it's on this craft paper. There's a little bit of gold. There's a little bit of a blue. I kind of see a pearlescent look to it. So there's one sewn together. Let's do the next one. It's easier for me to do things in duplicate, at least, or in, you know, I'll do them in packs of 4s or 6s, because I know that I'll use them, and it takes time to make these little elements. So I have a tendency to make groupings of them, if you will. And occasionally I'll just make onesie twosies, you know, where I only make one design of something, because that's all I have of that thing, whatever it might be. All right. Go back to the work table again. All right. You blue and gold and blue and copper. Yeah, it's really pretty together. Yeah, it's the cedar, Sally. Yep, it is. Oh my goodness. Everyone focus, focus. It's good that you focus. That way I don't sew over my fingers. All right, I think we've got this guy and this guy. What else could we use on there? I think that's pretty cute. I think that's pretty cute. Yeah, mine's allergies. I'm highly allergic to cedar, and I forgot to take my allergy medicine this morning. And if I take it too late in the day, it makes me all loopy-doo. I'm just better off blowing my nose and sneezing. I'm surprised I haven't sneezed since we've been on live. Alrighty. Okay, so we made 2 journal cards. And so now let's put this all together. I think we need a little something up here. So let's grab, I'm going to grab the same stencil. And I've got picked raspberry. I've got this already out. So I'm just going to use the picked raspberry. Since we used the teal on here, I'm going to use the pink on here. And I'm not going to put a whole lot. I'm just kind of adding so it's not stark white. Because nothing else in the journal is stark white. I'm just kind of adding a little bit of color. Again, this is the Moroccan lattice stencil. I have a Moroccan stencil, and then I have a Moroccan lattice stencil now. Because I thought this looked like a lattice that you would have. And then my Moroccan stencil just has that shape that I think is really cool. All right, just lightly adding color to that. Oh, thank you, Mary Jones. Welcome. So good to see you in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, the binaural types make you sleepy. Yep, yep. What do you think? All right, we'll do this again on the other journal page. So let's put down our elements. I think I like that. I like that. Pardon me. I'm trying to decide if I want to do anything else, but I think just putting that in there would be good. All right, let's just glue this one down. So that's going to go here. And then this one I want to put in the middle. And gluing up the sides. Put it right here. I'm going to press that down. Okay. So that's going to go there. That's going to go there. This is going to go in the pocket. So let's repeat this. All right. So I've got my coloring book page. Grab the Moroccan lattice stencil. And that stencil is again. Hey, Michelle. Welcome. Hey, Tanya. Welcome. Yeah, it helps you to sleep. Yeah, see, that's the time I take it too. Lovely allergies that we have in Oklahoma. And the reason being for a lot of it is the cedar and the fact being in the central of the United States, we get the winds that come in, from the south, the winds that come in from the north, winds that come in from the east and the west. And in any given day, we could actually be dealing with pollens that are from a whole nother state, but it's traveled here. So it's just so unpredictable. All right, there's my stencil design, and I'll clean my stencil off later. You see that? I like it. Okay. So we're going to put this guy right here. And I've got a small one of these guys that we're going to put over there. So hopefully you can see ideas of, you can go really elaborate on your pages. I didn't even get into, adding lace and those types of things. Yeah, the brushes are so soft, aren't they? I love them too. I really like them. I was kind of like, I don't need those. Especially when they first came out in the craft world by a certain company that was charging $30 for two. I was like, wow, I can't afford that because I know I would want more than two. And then when I found them on Amazon, they're different sizes, but you get 10 different brushes for like $10. I was like, okay, I gotta get those. So it worked out pretty good. Alrighty, so we glued those down. I've got a journal card here that I'm going to put in that pocket. I've got this journal card I'm going to put in here. Oh wait, I wasn't going to do it that way. I was going to put it over here. And then I think I've got one of these that I'm going to put behind it. So I'm going to distress the edges of it. And then that'll give us some more color to the journal. Okay? And we've got this guy over here. And then we have these little guys. So I'm just going to stick one down inside there. So there is another journal page. I'm not going to put anything on this side because I just like the way that looks. Whoever gets a journal, they may want to color this in. They may want to paste something over the top of it. So let's go back over here. I've got this one. It's going to stick out the top. If that bothers you, you could always fold it in half and then stick it in. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to fold it in half and then let it, that way it doesn't stick all the way out. And then we've got this guy. We're going to put this one over here. And then we're going to add this one right there. All right, let's move the sewing lamb. Put some things away. We're going to put the journal together, I think now. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. We'll get out all the pages. Let's see what I've got here. Kind of cleaning up my desk a little bit. It's always good to put things back where they belong. That way you have plenty of room on your desk. And you can find them the next time you need them because you put them up. That's important, you know. Yeah, coloring pages are fun, aren't they? I just happened to see the coloring books behind me, so I grabbed some. All right, so I've got all my pages that we've done something with or got out of books. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I've got at least 3 per journal of the printed pages. So this is from the kit, and I don't know if it is the add-on kit or the main kit. I used all the kits when I made this journal. So I'm just going to go through these and fold them in half. So there's all of our little elements, the fussy cut elements that we use. Yeah, we'll have spring soon if we can get there. I agree. Okay. And then I love the colors that she's used. Oh, to make coloring pages for the subscription boxes? Huh, that's an idea. I don't know. We'll have to see what we can come up with. Now, I don't know why, but I printed these other pages since my computer's been redone, and the colors are different. So I've got to go through my machine and figure out if it's because I need to clean the printer or if it has something to do with the way I've got it set up to print. I don't know, but it's different. So we are going to make sure that each journal gets a different page. And then the covers, here's what I chose to do. This is one of the pages, and I was trying to decide which one do I like for the very front cover. And this could be the inside, or this could be the outside, and that could be the inside. Okay, that's what I'm going to do because that gives you some writing space for the inside of the journal. Ha! That's my idea. So I'm going to fold this in half. Again, I'm using 8.5 by 11 paper. My cover is about a 60 or 80 pound weight linen cardstock. So it's got a beautiful texture to it. It's not super thick, partly because I have an inkjet printer at home and it doesn't like thick cardstock. Here's another one of the journal pages that I decided to print as a cover, and I just thought it was really pretty. And then on the inside, I thought the music line, so you have places to write. Okay. I'm getting messages from somebody. Oh, yeah. I think my family's asking if we're coming to dinner. Okay. So here's what we've got. What do I want when you first open the journal to see? And I like this one and I like this one. So I'm going to make that my very first page. Okay. So kind of putting it up here out of the way for a moment. And then I want a few pages in between, and I've got this page. And then we'll kind of do some pages in between, and I'll have this other page set down here. So now what I'm going to do is kind of look at, all right, I like those. Which one of these would make a good center? Like that one looks pretty good with the stenciling, but I also kind of like the pockets. I think we're going to go with the pocket page. And then here's another page with those pockets. I think we're going to go with these as my center page because I like the colors. And I think since I've got this with different pieces of the same, I want it further away from the center. So I'm going to put it as my second page in the journal. And then I've got the magazine pages here. So that'll go there. Then we've got the printed page. I may want to put something in between. I'm still kind of fiddling with it. Aha. So I've got these pages that we made, and I'm going to move those over here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I've got my coloring book page. I think I'm going to use the doilies next. Yep, okay. And then I've got this page that we made, the music page, printed page, and then this is the mixed media page with the pockets. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pages total that we're putting in the journal. Alrighty, everybody. It is 5:30. It's going to take me probably another 10 to 15 minutes to put the journal together. And we have had enough money. Thank you so much, Sally. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We've got enough money in the pot that we are going to raffle off one journal. So now is the time that if you want a chance at winning this journal is to do a donation so you can be in it to win it. Robin, yeah, let's do the last call for the raffle. So we're going to do this raffle here in just a couple of minutes. Thank you, Robin. It is easy. It is easy. I showed you how to do it. And really, you know, while you're watching me live, get a scrap piece of paper and doodle on it. You know, make stitch marks. You can say sew across the outside edges, or make a pocket using sheet music and rubber stamping and fussy cut elements. You know, just write ideas on there. And because you've kind of done it, even though it was just an example, when you want something to put in a journal, you'll go, oh yeah, I remember that from Linda's tutorial. Let me look at my example and I can make my own version of it. Okay, get in the last raffle, the free raffle for the Davenport confettis. Oh, come on, Sally. It does not. And when you feel better, we'll get together and I'll show you in person. I know you can do it. Sometimes my workshops I get, y'all come up with way better ideas than I have. Yes, you need to come down, Robin, for sure. I've got some notes written down about doing a workshop. I found a hotel, I think. On the preliminary, the room rate is about $100 a night. Next, I have to find out how much it costs, if anything, to use their meeting room at the hotel. And if I can get that all worked out, I'm hoping that I can do something in August around my birthday. Oh, thank you, Sam, for your donation. That's my plan anyway. We'll see if we can do a weekend getaway in August. Pick me up on the way, Margie says. Yay, you're coming in March. Yay, I'm glad, Sally. I'm doing a gel printing in-person workshop in March here in Oklahoma, in Yukon, Oklahoma. If you're interested in that, definitely check out my Facebook page. All right, so I'm just going to lay this aside for a moment, get the other ones stacked together, then we will paper clip them and bind them. Well, that's what I'm hoping. I'm trying to keep the cost down. The cost of the workshop, I am trying to put it together. You are going to get kits and stencils. So I'm looking at the cost of a 3-day weekend to be approximately $300. And like I said, you will get a journal kit. You will also get the supplies to make the fabric Midori cover. And you'll also get a workshop showing you how in person. How to make the fabric Midori cover. So I've been trying to write all my notes out of what I was going to show you. I'll show you different background techniques. If we have everybody that has a gel press, we might do some gel printing, but more than likely we'll do some mixed media direct to paper type stuff. Yeah, bring your gel plates. Exactly. Yeah, Robin, if I get everybody to bring their own, that'd be great, because it's too expensive for me to buy gel plates to teach everybody. Right, you don't need a room, Sally, and that's just it. I've got to figure out, how many people do I need to book rooms in order to use their facilities, because some places have that requirement. So I've got my notes, so I've been trying to write all my information that I need to know so I can go one time and ask them all my questions and not be this idiot that's calling them every 3 days asking them a question. You need a room. I have to have a place to snore. There you go, Robin. And that's just it. The rooms, if you guys and gals have friends that you would like to spend time with, you can get, 2 queen beds and share a room for half the rate. So instead of, $99 a night, I know there's some hotels charge a double occupancy rate, but it still has got to be less than $99 a month per person. All right, so I have bound all of these together just by stacking them together. You can add more pages. This one is not super fluffy. I like doing 10 sheets of paper because that roughly comes out to 40 journal pages, and it's nice for this size of a journal. But you can do more. If you want more, do it. If you want it so it's so thick that it's 5 inches, thickness, be my guest. There's no wrong way to do it. If you enjoy it, do it the way you like. All right, so I've got these stacked together, and I've got a little template here. Snore, you snore? Ladies don't snore, they puff. So we're going to see what we can do here. So I'm going to take 3 holes and punch in the center. You want your pages V'd up and nested together so that your hole comes out really well, and it helps line up your pages. So if you ever have exactly the same size papers and you fold them in half, exactly folded in half, but your edges are all uneven, you're not getting them seated in and stacked together, and that's why your pages are all wonky. 1. You snore long. I believe all hotels allow service dogs, periods. I don't think there is a problem with that. They're not allowed to ask. So you can have service dogs. Even if you're faking it, and you're really, and I'm not saying that you are, but if you are faking it by saying you have a service dog and it's really just a companion, as long as it behaves like a well-bred, well-trained, not well-bred, but well-trained service dog, I don't have a problem with you bringing it. But if it's a brat that's going to bark at me, I won't have any part of that. I already have one of those that likes to bark at everybody. But he only barks once, he just kind of bark, 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 pet me, pet me, pet me, and then you pet him, and then he shuts up. He goes and lays down, and he's done. But it's annoying. All right, so we've got the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I want to make sure that I make it nice and tight. I like to hold it, make sure that it's tight here. There's not any weird loops in it, and then sieve it up. Well, Sam, if you have a service pig, be my guest. It's a service animal. I don't think it's a problem. Alrighty, so I've got that one together. Card Kinsey support card. That's awesome. Yay! Yeah, papers in her vest. Well, then perfect, Bonnie. She shouldn't get anybody giving her a what for, because I do not have a problem with service animals. Not at all. It's just those people that completely fake it, like me. See, Hercules is not a service animal, but I take him with me to Hobby Lobby and Tuesday mornings and Dollar Tree because they're not. I don't feel that they're that busy of a store, and they don't really sell like open food like a grocery store would. And Hercules is very well behaved, and I have not been asked not to bring him in. So I'll respect a store, that says you have to have a service dog, has the service vest on. I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem with that. I just think it's funny when somebody tries to bring their yappy little dog in, and you almost, have a dog fight. Yes, Margie, you have two service brats, not cats. Oh, funny. They're pure. Yes. Y'all are funny. All right. You know what? I need to do the raffle because I'm going to flip through this. All right. So we're going to pick the winner. I gotta get over here and pick the winner of the Davenport confetti tissue, and then we will start the raffle for the journal. So let's pick the winner of the tissue. Tanya Smith. Tanya, I believe I have your mailing address, but I may not. Could you message me through my website, your mailing address? Use the contact me form at lindaisrael.com. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, so we're going to reset this, and I'm going to list the names first. So these people have donated today. Sam Spade, Mary Jones, Sherry Deskins, Faluke Feline Family, who is Margie, Maria del Pilar Martinez, Janice Brammer, Mad Hatter 27, Sherry Deskins again. Thank you so much, Sherry. Kathy Lake, Sherry Deskins again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Robin Finnessy, KNRP, Cynthia Dussett, and then Diane Ditzenberg. So y'all are available to be in the last raffle. So I'm going to get that started. This is for those who've donated only. One. Floral Sonata Junk Journal. All right, we're going to open the giveaway. So again, if you've donated, now is the time. Okay, yes, I can enter for Cynthia. If you donated, now is the time. All right, so I entered the raffle. Sam, Mary, Sherry, Margie, Maria, Janice, Mad Hatter, Kathy, Robin, KNRP, I'm in for Cynthia, and then Diane Ditzenberg. Okay? You love the napkin color, Janice? Thank you. All right, so we're going to finish getting this one put together. So I've got the first. Go up here. And I'm going to flip through the journals. And we got enough donations to do one giveaway today. So what I will do is we will draw the winner. That winner can pick which of the two journals they would like. And I'll just carry this journal that's left over to Thursday when I do my Mixed Media Live. All right, so I have got this on here. I'm going to tie it off, and then we will flip through it. Yay, Casey, you won the FFA. Good job. All right, I'm going to trim this. And then I have all my tools that I use. I have this little zipper pouch. It says Junk Journal Tools. And I sell these in my shop. It's really handy because I can put all my things in here that I use for bookbinding. And I even put in the scraps when I have them because sometimes I use those for things. And then this fits all down inside here. Everything I need to buy my journals. Oh, sorry, Barb. Well, thanks for coming, though. Hey, Barbara, welcome. Make sure you enter the raffle. All right, so I'm going to sign these, and then we'll flip through them so y'all can see how it came together. I know sometimes it's hard for people to envision how those pages are going to come together in the journal. All right. Enter the raffle, Barbara. She's in. She's in. Alrighty, so I signed them in case that ever matters to anybody. Alright, let me get a drink so I can talk. Alright, so here is the butterfly cover. that I chose, which is actually a journal page. This kit doesn't have a defined journal page or journal cover. It's just whatever page you choose. So you could also collage a cover. I need to do some more of that. I haven't done it in a while. I've been using the pages. But maybe that's what we'll do Thursday is I'll do some collage journal covers because I've got a bunch of journal pages I've been making that I need to turn into journals. Pardon me. Alrighty. So this is the inside. So we got a continuation of the butterflies. One of the printed pages. And here's one of the journal pages where we used the napkin and made the little pocket and the stenciling and the sewing. And then we've got this side. And then I like the book page, even if we don't put anything on it. It's just interesting color. And then one of the printed pages. And I like how it blends into the stencil pages that I made. You kind of get a different design then. And then we've got where we use a different stencil. Same colors, you know, different stencil. Then we use the doily. I should have sprayed both sides, but I didn't. I left this side more of a paler color. We didn't put anything up here, but you could. You know, you could add other stuff. I like the continuation that we're getting the music here and there throughout the whole journal. Putting it on different pages. I didn't have any music stamps by Beeline Designs. I'm hoping to get some of those pretty soon. She's working on a big order for me so I can add some more stamps to the shop. So I'm going to have to remind her that I need some music stamps. I like the way that looks. It's just fun having that in here. Okay. Another one of Norella's postcard kits. And then, of course, making your own journal card using the rubber stamps on the edges. So we've got this great variety throughout the journal. We didn't repeat a lot of the same technique except on one page. I like doing that because then they're not usually right next to each other if you do a different technique. Okay. You love the two-tone pages? Thanks, Sam. Thank you. It's kind of cool, huh? All right, so that was the butterfly journal. Here's the bird journal. So I'll flip through this. Y'all get entered into the raffle, and then we will draw the winner. We're going to get off here early today. The Victoria would be a good stamp. Victrola, is that what you meant? The Victrola? Yeah, that would be. I think she has one. I have to get through her catalog and make sure and see what we can get. And, you know, that full color page is just kind of pretty stuck in here. The stamping on the pages. Different stencil designs. I'm kind of glad I put that in between these two because I repeated stencil designs, and so it's kind of nice to have a little bit of separation between them. Oh, link for the rubber stamp page holders. That's from Crafter's Companion. Crafter's Companion. Robin might be able to find that. I don't know if it's on that spreadsheet, Robin. The Crafter's Companion sheet. I may not have put it on there. If not, I can grab one. And I like the journal card that we made. Because it's the same kit, but because of the way we put it together, it looks like different stuff that we put in there. She wants the link to the Crafter's Companion pages, storage pages. Oh, cool, Julie. We'll look for those. And I like this, too. Adding that pink paper and the stamping on it. Alrighty. Well, we're going to draw here for the winner of the journal. And then what I need for you to do is tell me, do you want the bird or the butterfly? and then we'll get off here. How's that sound, y'all? Let's make sure you got into those. Yeah, she likes these. It makes it so easy to store. And I just store them flat. I don't even put them in notebooks. I've got, these are plastic drawers that came with a really cheap plastic container that would just fall apart. Well, behind me, if y'all notice, I have little cubbies back here. And these drawers fit perfectly in these cubbies. And that's how I've been storing all my cling mounted stamps by Beeline Designs. Yes, I think that is it, Robin. Craft easy mount lightweight stamp storage panels, white. That's it. There you go. Yeah, it'll be a hard choice, Julie. Yeah, you can find if you can use my link that Robin just shared. If you purchase anything on Amazon after clicking on my link, I get a little bit of a commission off of Amazon. So if you're going to buy something anyway, click on one of my Amazon links and then go buy your thingy. I greatly appreciate that support. I really do. That's another way you can support me. So thank you for that. Yay! Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much, Christine. Welcome to the chat. Welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, hopefully this is giving y'all some inspiration, that you're looking at your things a little bit differently. You can see that we can do a mix of a napkin, a book pages, music pages, rubber stamps, stencils, tattered angels, glimmer mist. I mean, we've used a variety. I didn't use fabric in this one, but you could. So, hope you like it. All right. Looks like we're doing a boss fight at the moment. I'm waiting on that to pass. And we're going to do the raffle. So, the following: Barbara, Sam, Mary, Sherry, Faluke, Pilar, Janice, Mad Hatter, Kathy, Robin, KNRP, Cynthia, who I'm entered for, Cynthia, and then Diane Ditzenberg. So those were the people that needed to get in on the raffle. I got Sam, Robin, Cynthia, Margie, Janice, KNRP, Mary, Kathy, Sherry, Barbara, and Pilar. Who am I missing? Diane. Diane, you're not in there. You're not in the raffle. Diane, did you leave? And Mad Hatter, you're not in the raffle. Are you still here? Oh, you're just in time to see. Yay! Now you have to buy more stuff, Giovanna. Well, definitely buy through me or Norella now, okay? Did you see Norella? You said you just came back, so I wanted you to kind of see what it looked like. All right, I was waiting on Diane, but I don't see her in the chat. I think she had to leave. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much. Norella, we're going to have to make some more of these cards. I may have to make a journal kit. I'll have to see if Norella has some time that she's not sleeping. Because I think that's the only time she would have is when she's not sleeping. Because she's supposed to be sleeping and she woke up. Or I made her get up to work on something. Thank you so much, Norella. I like this kit. It's so pretty. And then I use a magazine page. So I did show how to use some junk. You got it, Norella says. Okay, you posted that earlier. Did you get into the raffle? Yep, you're in here now. Yay! Diane's here. All right. Oh, thank you so much, Lady Wolf. Fields, thank you so much. Yay! I'm glad. Yay! Time. What is time? I agree, Norella. I don't have any of that. All right, let's do the giveaway. Gotcha, Diane. We gotcha. We gotcha. All right. Janice, you got in. Diane got in. All right, I think everybody's in now, so I'm going to go ahead and do the giveaway. And the first, or the winner today, tell me which journal that you want. So pick a winner, and that winner is Diane. You won. So let me know which one you want, and I'll save the other one for Thursday for my Mixed Media Live. And I think Thursday what I want to do is we're going to make some mixed media covers and see how we can put those together. Yay! Congrats, Diane. Bye, Kathy. Thanks for coming in. Don't sleep too late tomorrow since you got to go to work, hon. The bird journal. All right, so Diane's getting the bird journal. So that means I'll have the butterfly journal on Thursday to give away. Yay! Diane's doing the happy dance. Happy dance. Yay! Well, y'all, thank you so much for watching, for supporting me, supporting live on YouTube, as well as getting out and just doing something fun with other people, even if it's online. And I hope you guys make some new friends here as well. And definitely check out those that have said that they have YouTube channel. Do leave me a comment on this video after the live stream is over. Maybe you can mention what was your favorite part, or if you have any questions. It kind of helps because when people see my video, if they see comments below, they kind of know that they can chat with us in a sense, and you make that community grow. You might make some new friends that way. Alrighty, everybody. It's time to feed the pig, Sam says. I understand that. I'll be back Thursday at 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Again, we'll do some mixed media. We may make some gel prints or mixed media pages, and then I'll use some pages to make some journal covers for some pages that I have stacked up back here that I need to make into something. Alrighty, everybody. You're very welcome, Diane. Yes, thank you to all my admins for your help. Diane, Robin, Diane, Cynthia, Angelica, Carrie, and to Norella for being here as well. I know she's a busy lady, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Giovanna. You're very welcome. Thank you all so much for supporting me. I greatly appreciate it. And again, if you like somebody that someone shares on social media, please share it to your friends so they find out about it. Even if you think they won't be interested, share it anyway, because you never know. It might be one of those days that are like, hey, I wonder, and that pops up in their feed, whatever it may be. So share it. If you enjoy it, want to support it, share it. Yay! All right, everybody. I'm going to get off here. Y'all have a fabulous rest of your night. I'm going to go for a walk before Henry gets home, and then we're going to eat some dinner. All righty. Y'all take care. Lots of love to you. Bye, everybody.